So, Kay, your story begins with a moment that went viral. What happened?
I was leaving work on a Monday evening, and I got on the subway heading home, and...
You were in New York?
Yeah, I live in New York. And when I was heading home, a homeless woman entered my subway car who was barefoot. I mean, I can't imagine being barefoot on the New York subway, let alone anywhere else. And so I asked her, I whispered in her ear, and I asked her what size shoes she wore, and we happened to wear the same size, so I gave her the shoes off my feet.
Wow. So now you're barefoot on the subway.
Yeah, in really cute mismatched socks, which honestly is what I do most of the time. My socks don't match. Thankfully, I'm in heels, so you can't really tell. And I was able to sit down, and the woman next to me asked if she could take a selfie because she loved what I did, and people were, were saying like, "Oh, that's great." And then the gentleman sitting across from me said, "I have an extra pair of socks in my gym bag if you want those." So I put on his socks, and I walked home in socks because, I can go home and I can buy another pair of shoes, but you don't know how long she's been without shoes and how long she would have to go without shoes. And I mean, a few days later it was raining, and if she wouldn't have had something to cover her feet, so, those 6 blocks home weren't anything compared to what she could have gone through.
That's great. How did your story end up going viral? What happened?
After I gave her my shoes, I took like these really small pictures to send to my parents. And, it was a week before Thanksgiving, and I really wanted to, tell everybody, like, let's pay it forward. Let's like do something good and remind everybody that it's that time of the year. And so I put it on Facebook and shared the story. And overnight, I had like 700 likes. And then I think at this point, we have like 33,000 likes and 10,000 shares on Facebook. And I've gotten messages from all over the world saying like, "Hey, I signed up to volunteer," or "You inspired me to donate," or, all of this stuff. And so I've worked for nonprofits before, and I have started my own nonprofit called Kay's Kicks, and it is a nonprofit organization that focuses on shoe donations for those in need.
Wow. That's pretty good, man. That's a nice job. Now, Maria Rose is also here. You're also trying to better your community. Tell us about your nonprofit.
So I am the co-founder and executive director of the Means Database. We're an online notification platform for emergency food providers. So soup kitchens and homeless shelters and food banks tell us where they are, what they need, and how far they're willing to travel to go get it. And we're able to pull in extra food from grocery stores and school districts and restaurants and even other food banks that have too much, and move it to people who actually need it.
Wow. How did you come up with this idea?
I grew up working in a food pantry. It was in my church, and my mom would always take me there. Hi, Mom. There's my mom and me, and I was always the youngest one there by like 5 decades if my mom wasn't there. And the dumpster at this church is outside, and I'm from Iowa, and we have ice. And I never wanted to be the person who was like, "Hey, 80-year-old, go walk on the ice." So I would throw it all away. And I had a really strong understanding of just how much food we were wasting. And I remember thinking, we can do better than this. We have to do better than this. And that instinct and that spark has become a nonprofit working in 43 states and counting to build a network to make this possible.
43 states?
43 states and counting, yeah.
These young ladies are just great examples. There are a lot of millennials out there, and we're looking for these stories to tell. And so that's why both of you are today's Harvey's heroes. And so we got a jacket for both of you. That's Kay.
Yeah!
And Maria Rose. Thank you very much. You guys are all. And also, I happen to be a spokesperson for a company called Green Dot. And they heard about your selfless efforts to make a difference out there in the world. And that's why we're going to be giving each one of you $5,000 on a Green Dot cashback debit card. It's a new card in stores now. Yeah, there you go. And it gives you 5% cash back on all your purchases. So check into it. It's a really great company. Thank you to Kay. Thank you to Maria Rose. To learn more about both of these young ladies' organizations and Green Dot, head over to SteveHarveyTV.com. Hey, folks, welcome. Thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. Don't forget to click here to subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss a single hot new video, some really good stuff. And then I want you to click here to see more clips from the show right now.